Pakistan is preparing to roll out education reforms to tackle high levels of illiteracy. Barely 60% of those aged above 15 can read and write. But some say the new curriculum may not bring the desired benefits. Maya Luto reports.
Fahim Iqbal is a fourth-grade teacher in a government school here in the Pakistani province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He has been using Urdu and English to teach children in this area for the past 8 years. But it's not always been this way. A decade ago, a different government was in power, and the language of instruction was Pashto, which is what the locals speak. In 2014, a new government changed it to Urdu and then to English, and it's caused a problem.
यहाँ पे जो सारे बच्चे हैं तो सारे को उर्दू समझ नहीं आती क्योंकि ये बच्चे जो होते हैं ये गरीब घरानों से होता है, आला तालीमी इदारों से उनका वास्ता नहीं होता है। कुछ तो उनकी मादरी ज़बान है, उर्दू उनको थोड़ी मुश्किल होती है क्योंकि उर्दू से उनका वास्ता घर से नहीं होता। घर में भी वो पुश्तो बोलते हैं, महल्ले में भी पुश्तो बोलते हैं, फ्रेंड के साथ भी पुश्तो बोलते हैं।
Teachers here say they have to explain complicated terms using words from the Pashto language. Otherwise, the children would only understand around 50% of what is being taught in Urdu. And what makes it even harder for the students is that textbooks are usually in a third language, English, which is even more difficult for them to comprehend. English and Urdu are the only two languages with official status in Pakistan. However, there are actually over 70 languages spoken in what is the fifth most populous country in the world. Only around 10% of Pakistan's 216 million people speak Urdu as their mother tongue. Although provinces in the country have so far had considerable autonomy over education policy, none of them are currently using local languages as the medium of instruction. Since Urdu and English skills are a requirement for most jobs in Pakistan, local governments prefer to educate students in these languages instead. The Citizens Foundation, a Pakistani education organization, says learning in unfamiliar languages has resulted in around 5 million students who are struggling to read, write, and comprehend any languages, even their own first language. It has conducted a study which found that children should be taught in their mother tongue for the first few years at least.
So one of the major challenges is about the unfamiliar language is that it's unfamiliar to the student as well as in many contexts to the teacher or himself. And that creates not only a cognitive burden, but also a social and academic burden. What we learned from our research was that to ensure that these three are not compromised, and on the opposite side, these three are strengthened, you need to begin with a familiar language and a familiar environment.
The government is launching the educational reforms this August with the aims of ensuring national harmony and cohesion and providing equal learning opportunities to all. Experts have analyzed curricula from Singapore, Malaysia, and the UK to align Pakistan's new national curriculum with international standards. And advocates believe standardizing education across the country will help close learning gaps between classes and regions. But not everyone is convinced. While the new national curriculum might bring an end to unequal access to quality education, experts say it ignores problems related to language comprehension, especially in rural areas. And if these issues are left unaddressed, Pakistan's education-related woes are bound to continue. Maya Luto, CNA, Islamabad.